Hey guys, what's up? It has been a while since my last video, and I just wanted to put another one out really quick because CEI, it kind of goes along with one of the last ideas I talked about in one of my last videos on tops and very toxic dilution from previous financings. And going through Twitter stream today on CEI, I saw a lot of people very bullish on the company, not really seeming to understand what's going on here. So I just wanted to try to lay it out in another example, and hopefully I can save some of you some pain in the future. So CEI, this is one that I had traded actually back in this first run back in June after it split. And I had actually gotten myself in a little trouble on it. I'd gotten a little bit stubborn. I think I was trying to trade it on a plane, and that just was a bad idea. But anyway, I know I had some trouble in this first spike, and then I shorted a couple pops and in the future runs. Now this time CEI, it's up from 20 cents to 75 cents, but you can see the long-term action has been very ugly. And since I had traded this back in late June, I did remember, okay, it had just had a split and its share count was like something like 14 million or 16 million, whatever, right after the split. So first thing I always do in the morning when I'm looking at a new ticker to trade, something pops up on my radar, whether I've seen it before or not, is I just want to look at the most recent 10Q really quick. I just want to get an idea of what the share count is. And I always go to just otcmarkets.com and search the ticker and find their filings. There's a lot of different websites you can use to find filings. I just have always done this one. I kind of developed the habit, I guess. And so the 10Q from August 14th, I took a look and it loads up here and I see 40 million shares outstanding as of August 13th. So my thought was like, what the hell? Where did those extra 24 million shares come from? Because I didn't remember them doing any financings recently. And you do a quick little scroll back through some of the filings here, and there's no like 424, B3s, B4s, B5s, a lot of the registration statements you typically see when shares get issued. So that kind of cued me into the fact that there must be something existing that had diluted this. And I just decided to go through the 10Q really quick and look for it. And this is right here what I wound up clicking on: registered sales of equity securities and use of proceeds. I was trying to figure out, where did these shares come from? And it turns out it was the Series C preferred stock primarily. At least I think it was. And it says that, the investor converted 527 shares of their Series C preferred stock into approximately 34.1 million shares. So one share of Series C preferred stock goes a long way. And yeah, that's interesting. But then my next question, of course, becomes, is there more left? And all you've got to do is keep reading. And you can see pretty quickly they still have 1,158 shares of Series C preferred stock. And based on a conversion price of 40 cents, that's another 73.6 million shares. And actually, I believe that they probably can convert at an even lower price for even more shares. This isn't the only filing I read. I did some more digging and tried to find more info on the Series C sales, but for those of you interested, I'll leave that to you. It's some good practice in just digging through filings a little bit. Just use Control F and search Series C and just go through like the last 6 months of filings if you have to, or go to the most recent 10K and just read anything you can about the Series C preferred shares, and you'll find out that they get to issue them at a discount to VWAP, it looks like. Anyway, this immediately put this on my radar for a short. I mean, it was anyway, because any big spiking parabolic runner type stock is normally not a 75-cent stock, but in this case I was willing to make an exception. We're up 200% in 2 days, and this morning I did go after it short. I didn't quite short the size I wanted, but it was still a nice trade and a very easy, predictable trade. And now I think it's having a little bit of a bounce right now, but it's been a pretty bloody sell-off ever since the big gap up. So, I mean, the moral of the story here isn't that like, oh, these stocks can never run or you should never buy them under any circumstances. I mean, obviously we went from 25 cents to 75 cents. I mean, that's a nice day if you bought that really low. But you just have to be aware of the reality of the trade once the backside sets in, that, once that stock has put in its little peak, bounces are probably going to be few and far between, and they're going to have a very, very hard time bringing it up to new highs. So, the people throwing out the crazy dollar plus price targets. I mean, this morning I didn't really know. Could have had a morning spike up to $1 before the selling set in, but now the writing is pretty much on the wall. And with that ongoing dilution, it gives me some conviction to hold my short for a little bit longer and look for lower prices for a cover. So, anyway, that's everything in a nutshell. I hope that was clear. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, I'll get back to more of these videos in the near future.